Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, you want to prank call me about my missing dog? Enjoy getting all the telemarketing phone calls my guy. We helped bad boss create his own downfall. How I dealt with a really obnoxious mom staying at the hotel I worked at. Don't wave at me to say hi? Clear your own snow. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. You want to prank call me about my missing dog? Enjoy getting all the telemarketing phone calls my guy. My dog went missing a couple weeks ago, and I miss her terribly. We've been putting up missing posters with reward money to try to get her back. Yesterday, someone called me from a number I didn't recognize, but with the right area code. I excitedly answered the phone, only to slowly realize I was hearing some very human barking into my phone. I immediately hung up. I was very angry but willing to let it go. Until they called again last night. Anyway, this idiot didn't block their number, so now I'm requesting information from colleges, insurance, extended warranties, etc. on their behalf. It's very petty, but I think it's fitting. We helped bad boss create his own downfall. Years ago, I worked in a small retail store in a large shopping center. The staff were me, a good colleague, and the store manager. Also frequently visiting was the store manager's boss, the district manager. When colleague and I started, store manager told us almost word for word I was the top salesman in the company. That's how I got promoted to management. I get to sit back and relax now because it's your turn to do all the work. And true to his word, store manager slacked off and let us do all the work. We served the customers, managed the inventory, and even did all the paperwork and banking for him. While he kept turning up, he would spend his day roaming the shopping center, sitting at the coffee shop, flirting with female employees in other stores, or playing games at the arcade game center. To make matters worse, store manager would borrow brand new mobile phones from the stock and borrow money from the till for his own personal use. Colleague and I were unimpressed, of course, and after deciding we'd had enough of his crap, we decided to help him with his own downfall. We stopped tidying up after him. As long as they weren't in our way, we didn't touch his leftover food and drinks. Every time he disappeared, we tidied and reorganized the store a little. We were brutally honest whenever the district manager visited. DM, where's store manager? Us, he's at the arcade game center, sir. He's chatting to the girls upstairs, sir. DM, why is this mobile phone box empty? Us, store manager said he was borrowing the phone, sir. Within a couple of months, the store had been completely reorganized. Store manager had no idea where anything was located anymore. He missed all the memos from head office and didn't know about new products or procedures. He also had to dispose of moldy plates and cups on quite a few occasions. Colleague and I were running the store more efficiently than ever, and store manager was completely redundant by that stage. District manager had figured out what was going on and had probably begun the process of having store manager terminated. There were procedures to follow, so this would take a while. Then one day, store manager turned up to work early, surprising, and told us that he had resigned. He probably figured that he was about to be fired, and preferred to leave on his own terms. District manager arrived soon after to give store manager an exit interview at his favorite coffee shop. Colleague and I wasted no time to prepare the final insult. Before the exit interview was even finished, we had already packed all of store manager's personal belongings into a box, ready for him to pick up and leave. By store manager. How I dealt with a really obnoxious mom staying at the hotel I worked at. I worked part-time at a hotel while studying. The summer was always a pain as the regular low-key business folks was replaced with stressed-out families. A lot of the times the moms would make a stink in the reception area. Our rooms are small but can fit 6 people max, but really tight, almost crammed. This one time this mother, the mother of all Karens, came with her family of 5. She was angry from the moment she walked into the reception. When she finally got her turn to check in, all check-ins came at the same time, so there was a line. She was annoyed and irritated even though I did my best to welcome them and greet them friendly. They got their key and went to their room. 10 minutes later she came back and skipped ahead of the rest of the queue to complain about their room, which she said was way too small for 5 people, even though it had 5 beds. Her entire family came down. She harassed me for about 5 minutes even after I politely explained to her that there were no more rooms. Finally, I caved and said, "Look, we're not supposed to do this, but if you want I can give you the money for the rooms cash, and you can find another hotel room." Finally, a smile from her. I refunded her with cash from the register and she went on their way. They had not used anything in the room, so I marked the room as available. 10 minutes later another family reserved the room. About 30 minutes after Karen left, they came back. She was even more stressed. There are no hotel rooms available in the entire town. We have no choice but to take your room, she said. Oh, I'm sorry, I just sold the room, I told her. But I'd be happy to find you a hotel room in X or Y neighboring cities, both 40 to 45 minutes away. This really set her off. We're going to the zoo, local attraction, very popular. Driving 45 minutes each way is going to ruin our entire day. I know, you told me. But to be fair, you did have a room here. It's always like this during the summer. All hotels are booked solid. So you knew this? She was so angry she was almost spitting. Yeah, of course there could be cancellations at some hotels. But it is not likely during the summer. But hey, enjoy the zoo and your new hotel, I triumphantly said. She stomped off, and her husband gave her the angriest look I've ever seen. He looked so pissed at her for complaining. Don't wave at me to say hi? Clear your own snow. This is super petty but happened today/yesterday and I just couldn't stop laughing to myself about it. I live in a little mother-in-law apartment that is at the back of 2 houses in a row with a long driveway that makes an L around the side of the first house, about 175 feet total to my apartment. My housemates are always super friendly to me and even get my mail sometimes and put it on my doorstep for me. The family that lives in front of me seems kind of nice, but they always let their dogs bark, and they never wave at me when I drive by them, even though I wave at them every time. It's not a big deal, but I know that they see me wave, as they make eye contact, but don't wave back. Well, yesterday we got about 18 inches of snow, and since we live at the edge of a field we got maybe 6+ of snowdrifts on top of that. I work early this morning, so yesterday I made it a point to shovel the entire driveway so that I could make it out in my car. It was a lot of work and took me about 4 hours shoveling by hand to make a clear path. I made sure to dig out the nice neighbors' cars and clear a path for them as well, but I left the neighbors who don't wave at me snowed in. I didn't pile snow behind their cars or anything, but just left it how it was, about 2 feet deep. This morning I got up at 6 and easily got in my car and out the driveway. As I was pulling out, the front neighbor was snow blowing the snow out of the behind their cars. As I passed by using the nice clear path I had carved for myself the day before, he waved. Too late, sir, too late. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.